I think The Guardian has won Caption of the Year. Take a look at this. This is a photo of Donald J. Trump and the president of FIFA. And the caption down below says, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, carefully explains to Donald Trump that he is not part of the Spanish national team. We've got to break down what happened last night and tie it in to some of the updates that we just got about the Iran war. Because I'm telling you right now, the world despises us and despises this guy. And that was so clear last night in New York at the FIFA World Championship game. I want to start with this clip, and it's not in English, but listen to the captions. This is a German broadcast of the FIFA World Cup game, the championship game last night between Spain and Argentina. Let's hop right into this. Before we do, you may be able to tell it looks a little bit different in here. I'm actually traveling right now. I'm in New York. I had a flight delayed like 15 hours. There's all this madness in New York with the weather and cancellations, all this. But I wanted to sit down and bring you guys this video because it's really important to me. So if you appreciate the work that I do, I'm going to do the whole self-promotion thing, I know. But if you appreciate the work that I do, it'd mean a lot. If you go right down below, hit like, hit subscribe, share the video out. It really helps me out. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, take a listen to this. Again, read the caption. Wow, fascinated by power and themselves too. And I spent some time making sure that these captions were correct. I don't know German, but after translating all of this, these captions are accurate. Again, just starting out here, perfect example of how much the world just despises us. Donald Trump embarrasses us on a world stage practically every single day. That's a violation of the rules. Having the World Cup trophy specifically placed in the president's lap. Trump and Infantino, they were made for each other, obsessed with power. Obviously, this photo from last night going so viral, and this kind of conversation, the Spain trying to lift the trophy and celebrate, and Infantino desperately trying to get Trump out of the way and out of the photo. He didn't want to move because, of course, that's like so indicative of who Donald Trump is. Obsessed with himself, obsessed with power. It's all about him, and he feels like he wants to be a part of the championship too. He won too, and these photos are going to be in the history books. It's so powerful because it tells such a good story of who Donald Trump is. And again, the world hates the guy. FIFA ended up posting the photo and cropping Donald J. Trump out, which of course everybody knew they were going to crop him out. But you look at this photo on my screen. Look at the way it's positioned. It's very vertical, right? And that's because they just had to chop the very edge over here. That's Donald Trump. That's Donald Trump's shoulder. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? This is so embarrassing. I have more clips of Donald Trump at the World Cup, some angles from people actually in the stadium that so clearly showed him getting booed and some things you may have not seen. So I want to show you that. But very quickly, this was after the game at 8:23 p.m. at Joint Base Andrews, talking about the wildfires in California. If you're in New York, or for me, I'm in Chicago, all this smoke coming down. This is what we do to the rest of the world. Can you imagine being our northern neighbors? And I know a lot of you, I read your comments and people will say, oh, Chris, much love from Canada. This doesn't mean much anymore, but I am so sorry. I am so effing sorry about this because some of our greatest allies, we just continue to every single day isolate ourselves more and more and more and look at the world and give them a big FU. And I don't know how long we can sustain this before the rest of the world really starts to go, we have no faith in the United States anymore. And over the next 50 years, we just continue to, we no longer are the global superpower, or we're no longer the global leaders we're supposed to be. I mean, listen to this from Donald Trump.
Well, we're going to see. We'll be speaking to them. We'll be seeing.
And sir, can I ask you, did you have a conversation with Carney from Canada today?
I did, yeah, I did.
How did that go?
Well, it went good, but I told him, you got to stop these fires from coming in and, poisoning our air. Our air has been poisoned. I have a good relationship with Mark Carney, but, we got to stop the fires up there. If we can help them, we'll help them. But maybe they should pay us some damages or something, or we should do some tariffs. But it was terrible. You had businesses closing. In particular, Michigan. If you look at Detroit, Michigan area, they had to close everything. They had to close car plants and a lot of other things. So I've never remembered this happening. Over the last 4 or 5 years, you saw it starting to take place. I've never remembered it happening before.
Seems to be, by the way, at the end, So hilarious. He's this close to understanding climate change. I've never seen it this doesn't happen. What's going on? But of course, if you ask him about climate change, he'll say it's a hoax. But again, it's so sad. It's so depressing. And again, to our northern neighbors, to the whole world, I'm sorry. We might have to start charging them because they're poisoning our air, hit them with tariffs. It's like, help our northern neighbors out. Say, I had a conversation with Mark Carney. We're working together to put out these fires because, global warming is here and everybody is being harmed because of it. And this morning, last night, learning from the Washington Post that the U.S. is planning for a, quote, wider war with Iran. As this really escalates, there is obviously no ceasefire. I tweeted this morning. Why is no one talking about this? U.S. crude inventories are currently the lowest in 45 years. Right here, we're talking about less than 60 days worth of oil currently. And 60 days of oil while the Strait of Hormuz is closed as of right now and strikes continue on Iran is an incredibly dangerous scenario. Tommy Vietor, who I know so many of you know, massive economic escalation here by Iran if this actually happens. This was news from just a few hours ago. The Houthis announcing a, quote, maritime embargo against Saudi Arabia effective immediately. So we're talking about, blocking even more oil off from the rest of the world. This is getting very, very dangerous, and I have a feeling, at least right now, this doesn't mean much, what do I know, but it feels like the market's kind of digging their head in the sand. Everybody wants to believe Donald Trump when he says, it's all good, this war is over, we've won this war. He's said that, every single day it feels like for the last 9 weeks, but the reality is it's not true. And this endeavor that was supposed to take 2 to 3 weeks has now gone on multiple months, and it appears is only going to escalate further, especially as we lost more lives. Yesterday, CENTCOM confirming, that more American lives have been lost. It is so disastrous. It is so disastrous, and it's all because of Donald Trump's sheer incompetence that he has dragged us into this. And I'm not sure he knows how to get out. People's lives are being lost, and the world economy hinges on his ability to figure this shit out, excuse my language, and that's not good, to say the least. We go back here to the World Cup. Again, another angle of the original photo I saw that the FIFA cropped him out. You're going to see here what happens. They're trying to celebrate, and you're going to see the FIFA World President run over and try to get Donald Trump out of the way. Take a look.
He's telling him to do it. It's happening again. Oh my God.
It's not really stable. Probably not quite as bad as last year.
I mean, that is genuinely so embarrassing. And it's clear as day. And the FIFA World President, there's so many people in history who would be looked at, no matter how close they are to Donald Trump, his closest advisors, his vice president, all the way down to the FIFA World President, these people who just cater to this guy's every single will. They enable this type of garbage behavior. And you could so clearly see he's grabbing here and he's trying to pull him, saying, all right, let's go this way, laughing, kind of, hey, come on, come this way. Doesn't want to push too hard. Donald Trump doesn't want to move until after this celebration is over. And then again, grabbing Trump there and saying, come on, let's go. Just so embarrassing, so embarrassing. This was from iShowSpeeds Live, a very popular streamer on the internet. When they show Donald Trump, you can hear the entire crowd erupt into boos when the game first started. Take a listen.
That was great. Jennifer Hudson killed that. No cap. No cap. Oh, hey, oh, hey.
So you can hear people kind of start to boo halfway through the clip, and it's hard to see in the background, but they had just shown Donald Trump on the screen. Here's a straight-on view of, again, what happened as Spain is getting ready to celebrate. Yeah, the FIFA World President coming over. Come on. Come this way, moving his hand. Come this way, please come this way. But he wanted to be in the photo. He wanted to be a part of the Spain national team because the guy is such a loser. He is such a loser. And anything he can do to essentially have his own trophy, have his own World Cup trophy, be a part of the winning team in his narcissistic ways, he will absolutely take advantage of. Some more sound here from somebody actually at the arena as Donald Trump walks out for the presentation. You hear people's reactions. Yeah, people seem so happy that Donald Trump is there. And obviously, you know, there are some Americans in this crowd, but a lot of people traveling from Europe, traveling potentially from Spain or Argentina or other places, soccer fans around the world, you know, going to the FIFA World Cup final here. So you just get the idea that the whole world despises us. And Donald J. Trump is going to go down in history as the most selfish, by far, not even close, most selfish president to ever exist. He cares far more about himself, power, and enriching himself than anything else. And he is dragging the world down with him. And there are still people who are just living in complete fantasy land on sites run by Elon Musk, on these right-wing websites that I have no idea. It's so bizarre to me how they still live in such a crazy, bizarre echo chamber world. This tweet here from an account called Inevitable West. The Spanish team wanted Trump to stay and lift the trophy with them. This is a good reminder for the left that they operate in a small echo chamber. The reason I bring this up is because this video that plays for a minute is the exact same video that I showed you. I showed it to you over and over and over again, right? And then look, Donald Trump being pulled away over here, and the Spain players getting ready. You know, they tap Donald Trump. Oh, thanks for being here. Yep, yep, yep. You know, go ahead and go over to the side. The guy holding the trophy literally waits for Donald Trump to get to the side. So you can look at a video that we all see, and then these people just live in a completely different reality. And I have a feeling that Inevitable West, he knows what's going on. He absolutely knows what's going on. No, that's okay. Holy shit, dude. All right, you guys have to let me know if you stayed long enough to watch water come out of the ceiling in the hotel room. We got moved, though, so we're back. I apologize for that. That was insane. But I was ending off this video anyway, and I was going to say that Inevitable West, he knows that this is a lie. He knows it's bullshit. But what he's planning to do, or what he did, I should say, and what he knows will happen, is that people will read this and not watch the video and just go on with their day. They'll convince themselves with stuff like this from these people, from these, I call them MAGA goons, people who will do literally anything to get a photo with Donald Trump in Mar-a-Lago. They will read this and be like, oh yeah, of course, everything the mainstream media is saying about this is a lie. And it's people like this that keep us in these spots. And it's people like this who continue to allow Donald Trump to tear us down and tear the world down with him again and make all of our allies despise us. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below. Hit like, hit subscribe. It'd mean a lot if you also share the video out with a friend or family member. All the links to all my other social media accounts will be in the description. You can watch or listen to any of these YouTube videos at any time on Spotify as well. Link in the description. I will see you guys in the next one.